Hi, Chantel.
Hey, Rexian.
Oh, you cut off a little bit over there. So that's what,
Uh-oh, I hope not.
yeah, I was like, hey, Roxy. And then, yeah, so Chantel's in Maine and she is touring every single lobster truck, or not truck, I'm sorry, lobster roll there is.
I know, but I've only had one so far, so I don't know if we're really doing that here.
Oh, I thought you were doing that.
No, I'm kidding. We'll have some more today. I mean, I've only been here for one day, but we'll have more today when we go to Portland, and then we'll have more. We'll probably have like one each day.
Yeah. Well, I'm so jealous of you. I was telling my husband yesterday, I didn't watch OC live yesterday because we went and we visit some friends who were here from Florida. And I was telling him, I'm like, Chantel's in Maine, and he's like, with who? I'm like, Val. He's like, oh wow. I was like, yeah, we're jealous. So we're so jealous. Was it on our Patreon when was that when I had asked you like, why didn't you tell us? And you were like, we don't want you guys to come.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
like, oh, can we come on? You're like, can we come? I'm like, no.
I know. Yeah. Yeah, that was fun times, fun times. So, yeah, she crushed my heart a little bit because she was like, "No, this is just me and him." And I was like, "Oh, okay. Wow, okay."
Because I would only like to go on vacation with Rexian when there's like a set itinerary or like a set beach that she can go to, like I'm not trying to be in the cities with you.
Chantal, I went to Santa Barbara with you, and I was so first off, I was like 8 months pregnant, and I was literally whatever you guys wanted. We went hiking like 10
I know.
miles, and I was pregnant, and I was wearing heels. So I don't know what you're talking about because I'll do whatever you guys want. But yes, I don't prefer those things. I mean, like obviously
Yeah,
Santa
but
Barbara
you
had a beach.
you were way more chill because you were pregnant. Like if you weren't, like who knows what you'd be doing and wanting to do.
I'd be wanting to drink, Chantal. That's what I'd be
Exactly.
okay. I'd be wanting to drink, and instead we were just like eating, and I was just going with the flow. That was actually a really fun trip, and it's funny when when we go on couple trips. We had our other cousin there, and like you see dynamics in relationships. I actually find that to be so interesting.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's so funny. Um, well, yeah, we hope you're having fun. You guys loved our little Scott Peterson chat. And I think Chantal and I definitely have said we do want to start talking about other things that are trending and all that stuff. And you guys, we both didn't realize that there were two different specials. And I watched the Netflix special of Scott Peterson, and absolutely this man is guilty.
Oh my God, isn't that
So
crazy? Like how watching certain things, and a lot of people on that listen to that episode said to go to the Crime Junkie podcast and listen to those. And like, I always listen to podcasts like that. So I was like, let me listen to it. But she did all of this in 2017, which is crazy because like I know it's been around, but like it literally was like a documentary. Basically, she had all the facts too. And even still listening to that, I was like, bro, he did it. Like that even podcast did not convince me that he didn't do it, or there's a chance that he didn't do it.
again, you guys, I was a juror, and I think someone had asked, they were like, "Were you a juror in the Scott Peterson case?"
Yeah, you
No.
silly. Yeah.
No, I was just saying that I've been a juror before in a case that was like 2 weeks, and it was literally miserable because, but at the time, like, I was going in the office, so I was like, "Whatever," at least I don't have to drive to the office. And it was before I worked from home, so it was like before pandemic and all that stuff too. So, it was always very interesting, but it was a lot, so I just can't imagine these people. But yes, to clarify, I was not a juror in the Scott Peterson case at all, no. But my whole thing is, again, they said if there's no matter what, if there is any reasonable doubt, if a prosecutor can tell you there's reasonable doubt, no matter what, you cannot say that someone is guilty. So that's why, based on the Peacock documentary, I was like, well, they are indicating and making it like there was reasonable doubt because they're saying that there was evidence of people who saw Lacey that morning walking, and that would make it reasonable doubt that this person could be guilty. So, but then when you're watching on the Netflix, and the fact that what he would tell the ex-girlfriend, how like she's gone before, how he conveniently bought the boat, how he, was still talking to the ex after. And there were other things. I wish I wrote notes on it, but there were so many things. It's like, why would you say that? And they even had the jurors on there, and he was like, the juror was like, we don't care that you had an affair. We
Yeah.
care what you said to the girl while your wife was dying. No, to me, you guys, the biggest thing was that this man said he didn't want children. So for 4 years, like they painted it out to be that Scott Peterson did not want kids. Like he said, I never want kids. And for 4 years, they didn't have kids and then they got pregnant. And throughout it all, never once does he mention his son. He literally never mentions his son. And so, like, they all of a sudden get pregnant. And then he's like, I don't want this anymore. I personally think he just strangled her. And then, that's what happened with her. And then he put her, and then he gets his fishing boat. Oh, another thing too is like he told her parents he was golfing or something, and then he really wasn't. He was fishing, and then he like changed the story. So there were just like so many times of him changing the story that it's like, you are absolutely guilty, and was it worth it?
The one thing that on the Crime Junkie podcast that like they were not being so biased that I liked was like they were trying to say things like, when he came home and he was like he like saw that she wasn't there, but he saw the dog with like the leash still on, and then he continued to take a shower still and like eat pizza or something and wash his clothes, like wash his own clothes. Everyone was saying like that was kind of normal. Them two were saying that, like,
I agree with that though.
okay.
I'm like, yeah, I know. Why you didn't think that was normal?
No, because like I would never, even if Val smelled like he goes to the gym, let's say, and he comes back sweaty, he's not gonna sit there and do his one load of laundry because like, he stunk.
We don't know though if that was if he always did his own laundry.
Yeah,
like, that's the
true.
thing. That's the thing. I don't know that. Like, for example, my husband, I don't let him do the laundry. Like, I do all our laundry. So yes, if he came home one day and he did the laundry, you guys
He's
know
guilty.
that he killed me because I do all of it. So I do the laundry, and so there's no way. But like my friend that we just saw last night in Florida, Karina, her and her husband, they both like split the laundry. So like maybe that's something that he would, so I don't, to me, that's not telling. But right now, if my husband was supposed to be home and he wasn't, I wouldn't be freaking out. I guess I would I would be doing the laundry and eating. And then like, if he still didn't come, I'd be like, maybe he was at his mom's house, or maybe that's what I would think. And she was so close with her family that I'd be like, they're probably at her family's house or with her friends or with her sister. Or, I don't know. So I don't
the one thing from the get-go was that voicemail that he sent her on his way back.
Oh my God.
Like that right there, I was like, he's guilty, because like, unless we're just crazy and like really mean and like not that nice to our like significant others, like I would never, I'd be like, hey bro, can you please make sure you go to the store?
Yeah, we're so, yeah, you guys, okay, trauma like from our parents that were like that aggressive. But
yeah,
I mean,
we're Emily, you guys from OC.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I talk shit about Emily, but I'm like, we're Emily. So, but I never ever like sit there and bring up my childhood like she does about that stuff. We just do it here to like make jokes about it because we come from like, what is it? Like
non-emotional, like,
yeah, like they're like first generation, or we're first generation, and they're like, they were just, they came from a different world too. They're very, they don't have like, I don't know. So I don't even know what I'm trying to say here, but if you know, you know.
But that voicemail was what we're trying to say.
Well, yeah, that voicemail. Like I was like, bro, that you did that. Everything was very strategic.
Planned. Yep.
And no matter what, you telling the ex like she's gone, are you good? And then you never wanted kids, and then you never really cared about the son, and then you also left.
And he said that to her too, that like her kid is enough. Like, so like it's like, and you had a kid on the way. It's like makes no sense.
Yeah, and then you and then you made the nursery like your storage area.
Yeah, that was another, like, there were so many things that like, even if there wasn't enough evidence, like you have to have like all this evidence, like that was alone. And like they found her in the water when you were like fishing the last day, like right. It's just like that alone too, but I do think that the one thing why they felt that maybe he wasn't is because like one of the Innocence Projects took on his case. But when I was doing more digging, like the reason they did that though was just to get him off of the death sentence, and they did. Yeah, which they did. They did get him off of that. And I mean, whatever, if he's gonna stay in jail his whole life, then bye, who cares? But
that would be so hard for me, by the way, because even if like someone is the most evil human alive, I myself couldn't, like, if I was part of that juror, because the same juror crew, like, and I think they asked them beforehand though, because I would not be able to say, yes, you should kill this person.
I know. I feel like different states have like different rules about it. So I think it's like if you convict them of this, they probably are gonna. I don't know. But
Yeah, I would be like, I don't know if I wanna be the person responsible of
yeah.
saying, "Yes, you should kill them." Like, I'm not like, I'm
I
not
mean,
God, I don't know.
in our religion, and then the day, like with Catholics, like we that's God's hands. That should never be in our hands. That should never be in anyone else's
Yeah, I
hands.
couldn't do
So
it.
just like,
Even if they are a monster, like, their day will come and, they'll,
yeah.
like, burn in hell, so, I mean, it is what it is, but the fact that this guy is gonna definitely just I just wish she admitted it too, also just for closure for her family. But there's just no coincidence in this. There's just no coincidence. The one thing that I wish that they spoke about, and I'm sorry that we're going on a tangent, I'll put on the thing that they can forward this. But the one thing that is like, what was their relationship like? Like no one really talked about what their relationship was like, or if Lacey ever talked about having problems. Like I was curious about that.
It did seem like that they really like were into each other and like they loved her right away. But
Yeah.
yeah. But the front, like, cause like it's like they were all behind him. Like they were all like rallying behind him.
Yeah, I know that's true too. So Um, yeah, so yeah, that's our little part 2 spiel about Scott Peterson, y'all.
It's just crazy how though watching two different documentaries, like you can get different vibes. Like that's why documentaries are so one-sided. Like you really need to
Yeah.
know all the facts.
Mhm. Yeah, and also that's why yeah, exactly. Like that's why people need to just do their own research too. Cause like I was kind of like, "Yeah, I think he's innocent." A lot of you guys were like you're like, "Roxanne, shut up. He's not innocent," you know? Yeah, I didn't say he was innocent. I just said there was reasonable doubt. And again, it was very annoying how many times we would hear that phrase when we were in court in the case that I was in. It was very annoying. They were like, "Just so you know, if there's any reasonable doubt, you could not convict a person of being guilty." And I was like, "Oh my god, okay." And so of course, me and this one girl were like, "There is a little bit of reasonable doubt here," and we were fighting for this man.
Wasn't
Um,
yours like a DUI case?
it was a DUI case, but he refused and he was just like he got pulled over for no reason though. Like he was fine. I think he was just driving a little bit slower. Like it was like 40 and a 45. And then they couldn't prove it by the time. I don't even remember, you guys. I have the
Yeah.
worst memory. Don't even ask me. But me and this girl were like, fighting together.
I've never had to report for jury duty ever. And like hopefully that I did not just jinx myself. But yeah.
I had a few Karens in mind too. Oh my
Oh
gosh. So
God.
I was just like, oh God. But yeah, so and then you guys, I don't know why all of a sudden 2 years later I got the stupid note to that I am requested for jury duty and I was like, ain't no way in hell I am doing this again. Like there is just no way. So I waited to the last minute to call because you're supposed to like call as soon as you get that to see if like you have to go. And I waited till last minute. And so maybe that's a tip. And then so like by the time it was like you have till this date to call in. And so I literally waited till 2 minutes before it was ending and they were like, you don't need to come in. And I was like, thank God, don't ever request me to come back to do
That's what I'm
the
saying. I've never even gotten requested. So like it's just crazy.
uh,
Yeah.
I know. And I have kids now, like, no, no, no. So, anyways, well, we're into it. So, what do we think about Orange County? Did you watch until? I mean, you're in Maine.
Yes. No, I watched it last night. But
What did
holy but first of all, let's talk about freaking John Jansen and Alexis engaged.
Oh my gosh, yeah, they're so evil. Honestly, I think it's all a strategic thing.
To get her on
Alex
the show.
well, no, no, no. Alexis likes drama. Her whole life is drama. She likes being in a relationship with a man that it's all drama. So they're like thriving off of this drama because to me, for him to propose right before the reunion, you're so thirsty and you're so calculating and you're doing it because, and then you guys like do it through People Magazine and stuff like, ugh,
Yeah, no,
cringe, cringe,
I feel
cringe.
like it's for her to get the official title of a housewife because people Bravo's gonna want to see this relationship because they know it's gonna fail. So they're like, let's watch this journey.
He said
And
that he would, but he said when she came up to him and said Bravo wants her back, that he said, I will pay you more than what Bravo's going to pay you as a friend of.
don't believe it.
Yeah, that's what she said. Yeah. Yeah. So they're engaged and no one's happy about it. She shut off her comments. And I mean, that's a red flag alone. And if it's to a point where you're literally going to get married and then you shut off your comments because you don't want to see what people are going to say, then don't even post about it. Just like make everything is for the public and I don't know. Everything is for the public with her. And I don't know. I'm not feeling it, y'all. I'm just not feeling it. And
I
I just feel
agree.
so bad for Shannon. You guys just made the whole world rally around Shannon. So honestly, if I was Shannon though too, I'd be like, you know what, this is the best thing that could have happened for me
Oh
because
yeah.
This really was, because if none of this happened, people would have been like, you idiot, like about her getting a DUI and all that stuff. And then the way that Tamra painted about her drinking, because that's what Tamra thought was going to happen. But then Alexis came along and she's been so classless about throwing this relationship in Shannon's face. So, yeah. I don't know. What did you think about the episode, though?
It was pretty boring. I don't think this was their best episode, but next week's looks really good because that comes out with the whole Jenn and Ryan stuff. And I am curious to see like how fast freaking Tamra flips. Like she loves going after the men, you guys. So it's like anytime there's something a man like one of the guys does, she's on it. She can't wait to like just expose her ass.
Which again, we don't understand. Which again, if I got sued by one of the men and had to go through that, where she got sued by Jim Bellino, I would not be sitting there and talking. And her and Jenn are doing so great. So it makes no sense that her and Jenn are doing this well. And then all of a sudden you're going to completely turn because there's some negative press on Ryan. So it was all fake, but she wants to be like, oh, haha, I was right. But we don't know anything. Like we don't know the facts. You don't know the facts. But now you want to paint Ryan into this bad guy. Which again, you guys have to listen to our podcast with Ryan because he is actually a really, really great guy. We don't know the facts to all of this. And I just think it's so interesting how quick she was able to turn and throw her relationship with Jenn just to throw Ryan under the bus.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, not cool at all. But yeah, I didn't like this episode, y'all. I don't like it. I didn't like it. I actually, for the last 20 minutes, I'm sorry about the whole traitor thing. And I was just like, it's cute and stuff. And all that, like it's creative, but I don't know, it's kind of boring. The ratings
I want to play that
well. Yeah, that would be so fun. It would, yeah, like with at home and stuff. But their ratings aren't that well. So their last episode was 500,000 viewers. Can someone tell me like what their ratings were last season or the season before? Because I don't know. I just expected their ratings to be higher because I'm into OC and I just feel like it's not.
I know.
Yeah. So, not I didn't write as much notes. Like I don't care to talk about the whole trader game, but I think it's interesting and great that we're seeing Shannon laying it all out there. I can respect that about her as far as how she has to get. Wait, what is that thing called, Chantel, again? She has to get tested in the car. What is it?
Oh, the breathalyzer.
Oh, yeah, sorry. So she has the breathalyzer in the car and she's like laying it all out there. Let's talk Katie and Jenn, though. So Katie, to me, again, is so relatable because, she doesn't like really care to work out, but she's like the most flexible bee I've ever seen with the best posture. And I'm like, okay, what? But we're getting to know Katie more. And I just want to get in touch with the people who cast Orange County because they've done a great job the last 2 years with Jenn and Katie. Katie actually doesn't speak to her ex at all, which is crazy because they have kids with each other. Basically, she got married young, had multiple kids, and it was a toxic relationship. And her ex-husband seems pretty bitter. So I don't know. What do you think about that? I think that was just like interesting too, because this happens quite a bit, especially when you're getting so young.
How do you not talk to your kids because of that? Like, I just can't see a world like I feel like anybody that we've known that's gotten divorced around us, like they don't not talk to their kids, like it's like, how does that happen?
Yeah.
How do you allow like a bad divorce to let yourself not talk to the one thing that, is your flesh and blood?
Oh my God, I'm so sorry for that.
Oh yeah, mute your mic next time.
I'm so sorry. I'm sick. And now Sloan is, poor girl. Yeah. Sloan called Chantel. So my emergency contact is Chantel. Is everyone's emergency contact their husband? I'm curious.
Probably. I don't have that emergency contact.
Well, I want to take it out because this is very annoying. So I guess you can call your emergency contact even when you're locked out, like the code is on your phone.
Oh, no wonder.
So she figured it out and she calls Chantel 300 times a day. And today
she's so obnoxious.
And Chantel always thinks it's me. And today she called her and she's like, Chantel, I'm sick. And Chantel's like, well, I'm on vacation and I hope you feel better. And she's like, okay, can you pick me up? Because I want to come on vacation.
Yeah, she literally's like, can you take me to that vacation?
I know. She's always calling Chantel. And I'm like, stop doing that. So yeah. Okay, wow, sorry. So Emily comparing, by the way, Emily, is with Shane and she's comparing Jenn to her mom. And I just thought that was really wild. I also think just because you have experienced something with family or trauma doesn't excuse you to treat someone poorly. And I think Emily is treating Jenn poorly and it's not making much sense. She says it's because Jenn isn't taking accountability, but worry about your own life. Jenn is trying to figure out hers. Like this whole Emily Jenn thing is so reaching. It's weird.
So weird. And it's like, and it's just like, this just happened to her. It's not like it's been
I
5 years, you know? It's like she had this whole lifestyle of like her getting X amount of money. She thought she was good. And now
right.
it's not. Yeah, she did go and move in with Ryan right away, but like that's what she's comfortable with. Like, don't
And
worry
it's her
about her.
boyfriend who she's engaged to now. But I do respect that Emily is owning who she is because she is an aggressive, angry man, angry person. So that's okay. You know, at least she owns it. And we have those tendencies sometimes too. Because, like, you know, she'll like clown on her husband, and I think it's funny. So
Yeah, no, that
I know. Um, but Emily reminds me of Melissa Gorga, so hear me out, where they mostly only acknowledge just their daughter. And you know what? Maybe moms who only have one daughter do this because she always brings up, like, you know, I just like went into Annabelle's room and I just was like, I hope I'm being a good mom to you. And I'm like, Emily, you have two other fucking kids. Like, what? And that's what Melissa does. Melissa never brings up her boys. Like, she'll just be like, you know, I just hope, like, you know, Antonia can see her mom. And I'm like, maybe this is like a one daughter thing because I don't know, or maybe it's a firstborn thing because is
well,
Annabelle's a
I
firstborn?
can see why like a mom would think that the direct like connection with their daughter, if they're one daughter, it plays way more of an important role of like them, you know, like their parenting to that daughter because like we're just so similar and like girls are different than guys. So maybe that's why they say it. And like she had a bad relationship with her mom, so she's like, I don't want that with my daughter.
Yeah. Tamra says that Sophia took a year off school because she really has bad anxiety being away from Tamra.
I know
Um,
that was weird.
you guys, let's
But
be real.
no. But like, what to be fair
Being
with
away
Tamra,
from home, being away from home, maybe. Okay,
I
go
know,
ahead.
no. But to be fair with Tamara, she was never allowed to be on film until like the last like year because she just turned 18 or whatever. So we never really got to see her relationship with her kids. So like
Right.
we can't really say that you know her daughter wasn't obsessed with her.
Okay,
We're just
okay,
not obsessed with her.
okay. No, I'm just Tamara, girl, like, you are reaching. Maybe she has anxiety from being away from home, but maybe, yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe she does have anxiety from being away from Tamara, and that's why she doesn't wanna go to school. But I don't know, based on their interactions that I see, it just doesn't look like that would be the case, but I could be off. So, I feel like Tamara keeps trying to bring up and pointing out how her daughter doesn't speak to Simon, and this is the second time she brings it up in front of her daughter. She
And she
doesn't
says her
say it.
son. She says her
Yeah,
son.
I know, but she doesn't bring it up. She says, you know, "You look a lot like your dad." And she's like, "I don't wanna talk about my dad." And I'm like, "Oh my god, I am scared. I am scared because her daughter is, like, at that stage, you know, the scary stage and when they're in their teens and stuff. And it's like, so she says she gets triggered. Her daughter gets triggered of her just saying that she looks like him, where she's like, "I don't wanna talk about him." But then imagine when she sees Tamara's confessional where she's like, "You know, both my kids don't talk to Simon, and my daughter doesn't talk to me." And it's crazy because that's her like firstborn with Simon. And then she's like, and it all happened because of the divorce. And they had a really rocky divorce. So I mean, yeah, it sucks.
Well, I feel like that what's sad is if like you take a moment and you realize like that's because of you and Simon. Like you guys did this. Like you guys like
I
you're
think
two.
she's owning that though.
Yeah. It's just so sad.
Yeah. Why was I literally crying watching Katie talk about the fact that her ex doesn't wish their daughter a happy birthday? They have no relationship. It's just heartbreaking that kids grow up and have that. No congrats on graduating high school. It's sad. And Katie says she wants her daughter Kylie to meet Tamara's daughter because they both have anxiety and are going through a lot. I feel like they're both very different, who were raised very different. So I think that would be interesting to see if they would, you know, click. But I mean, they also have a lot in common. So what do you think about that?
Yeah, no, I do think that's cute for them to like talk because like sometimes you don't want to talk to your mom about those things. So like why not?
I just think they're both so different and were raised
I
fairly
know.
different that I can't see it. Like, I can see Kylie leaving after and just being like, "I don't know," you know, I don't know. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they really can relate quite a bit. I don't know. It's because, you know, Kylie seems very at peace where at peace with where things are, and I think that Sophia seems more bottled up. Is that I don't know.
Yeah. Well, and it's weird. I mean, it is weird. It's like weird how much they have in common though, because like even Tamara and her, because her sons live with her ex. I don't know. It's a lot. That's a lot happening.
Yeah. Chantel, if Chantel's phone is going off by at all, please just give us some grace on this episode because she is recording this in her hotel in Maine. So just so you know. It's Tamra's traitor party, and I was dying with Vicky disregarding Shannon venting about Tamra. Like she was just like busy and not having it.
I know.
But I was dying that Tamra made Teddy the host, and then the shade to Vicky about Housewives. I don't know. She was like, "Welcome Housewives and Vicky."
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
She really is crazy. But you guys, what's funny is like this was filming after, remember, watch or BravoCon, and like remember their little debate at BravoCon. It's
that
really
was so
scary.
scary.
Yeah, they hate each other.
But Teddy is also not a housewife who like would love to be a housewife. So it's like Teddy, girl, you know. But it was funny. I think it's funny. But poor Vicky, because she's an OG, so obviously she's gonna get sensitive to this. Heather has no interest in being friends with Katie, but she doesn't want to exclude her, so they're going to Sonoma. So I appreciate Heather inviting her. Heather shuts Katie up, though. Again, no interest. I would be scared to be on Heather's bad side.
I know, but I kind of do. I love Katie so far. Like she
Me
is one
too.
to, because she's also like, she looks like rich and classy. So it's like, Heather,
Yeah,
sit your ass down. Like, like that kind of thing. It's like, like she apologized to you. Like after this, like you should not sit there and like be so like hating her, if that makes sense.
I don't
Hate
know.
your friend Gina.
That makes Heather Heather, and I don't know why I just like F with Heather. So I don't know. Because it's like you need a Heather on the
No, me too.
series.
I like her, but it's like you guys would be really good friends, actually.
Yeah. Tamara and Vicky and Shannon finally speak about the fallout they had with Tres Amigas, and yeah, like Vicky's bitter about it. I get it. And Tamara talks about, like they talk about Tamara liking Alexis' post and the hashtag about friendships forming. And Tamara's like to Shannon, I never even saw that. But one thing about Tamara, y'all, and I'll let you guys know, she sees everything. So
Oh,
yeah.
100%.
Tamara says that Alexis wants Shannon to clear John's name, and Tamara is like, I'm not going to lie. And I don't understand why Tamara's not acknowledging that she has said John has been a gross human this entire time until Alexis conveniently comes in. So, yeah, John and Alexis are horrible people, but I did like not seeing Alexis in there. I don't mind Alexis, though, too. I just think Alexis, like, people need to take self awareness classes, and that's it.
It is crazy that she didn't invite her, though.
I know. And we don't see like Alexis react or respond to not being invited.
I know. So it's like, And it's like if she doesn't get mad at her and like we don't see that, it's like they're obviously trying to portray them to, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. But yeah, then the last 20 minutes was a Traitors game, and Roxanne forwarded that entire thing because, I
Well,
don't
it's
know.
funny because like the one thing I will say is like the confessionals, they try to blurt out like who the traitor was, but literally you guys can all tell it was
It
Heather's
was
voice. And
Heather.
it's like,
Oh, okay, yeah. There were some scenes I did see, and I was like, I guarantee it's Heather, and I could
no,
tell.
it literally was Heather. Like you could tell the way that she talks, whatever. And I'm like, okay, it's Heather.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. But yeah, that's all that we have for today. So we hope you guys have a great Labor Day weekend. Chantal's in Maine, so she has to go, and Al's gonna wake up soon. But we hope you guys have a great Labor Day weekend.
I'm
And
gonna go sailing today too on a
yeah,
boat.
join us on Patreon.
Oh.
We have 2 additional. I'm so sorry. Did I disregard you? I'm so sorry.
You did.
Yeah. Join us on Patreon. We have 2 additional episodes, and we have so much fun on there with like a live chat and all that good stuff. And what's all that, Chantal?
Oh my god, a husky bird just came in our room.
All
And
right.
I was
Well,
too busy with you to be like, someone's in here, so.
yeah, okay. Well, yeah, go enjoy your trip. I'm jealous. Chantal, continue to send us snaps, and we're very excited. Chantal, make some stuff on your story. I wanted to take that video of you trying your first lobster roll, make it on our story. People love when we like
I
share on
will.
our All About TRH podcast, like stories of us. So
I
go do
will. I
that.
will. I will.
Okay. All right. Well,
Bye,
bye,
guys.
guys. We will talk soon. Bye.